Rest in peace, Robbie Robertson. I was sad to hear of his passing. What is up? I'm using a different patch tonight. I made this one this week. What do you think? It's a Marshall amp, dimed. not the tone. That's all at noon. But the gain and the volume are maxed out. And then I'm running that into a super cab that has 3 different cabinets, one a little panned left, one a little panned right, and they're inverted from each other, and then one dead center. It wasn't until I added the center one that I thought it started to sound. It was a little too muffled before. You know? Thought it cleaned up nice too. It's way more mid-push than what I normally use. You know? Who we got? Hit Middle Works, Blackjack, Sean, Ripley. Hey, I saw you were hurting, man. I was sorry to hear that. Lawrence, Jeffrey, Tim, Ian, Rev, Ron, Michael, Jimmy Ray, Joe, John, William, Slawhan, Music Therapy. And what's up, speaker? Jeff? Jeffrey, right before speaker. And then we got Jay Shaft, then we got Matt, then we got Jazz, then we got BC Rich, then we got David, then we got Kevin, then we got iRock, Eddie, Yeti Matzi, William, Sound Gear, Terry 3G. Sounds good, keep it, yeah. What's up, Michael? Sloan, okay. I'll have to take your word on that. I think I saw Ben Coombs go by. Jimmy Ray, Vimps, Retro Puffer, Symmetry. That only took me like 5 years to get. What's up, Nelson? Is that the sound of the Badlands amp? I mean, God, Tone King, never play poker. Someone wrote, like, will there ever be a Badlands amp? And he was like, no, why would you even ask that? Like, then he talks about how people were guessing about the hollow flash. It's like, so there will be a Badlands amp? Damn. Oh. I got a wicked stereo going on. Oh, yeah, what a week. We still can't, they were talking about it in the, online the other day, the local online weather. They basically said, yeah, we're stuck in these like thunderstorm 6-week patterns. We had a 6-week one. We tried to break out of it, which we did for maybe a week. And then we went right back into another 6-week pattern, which might break by the end of the month. And I'm like, yeah, that kind of feels it. Because the amp is cranked up so much, you get this great compression. So even when it's low, you dig in a little bit more. And I've been liking that sound. Again, it's pretty simple. It's just a Marshall amp. I did add a phaser, but it's not on. That's only when I'm in more of like a Henry mood, but that's only in small doses. Can't be doing that all the time. Yeah, it's 4 items. It's the head, the cab, the delay, and the reverb. Here's the reverb off. And then here it is with the reverb off. Little too dry. But the cabs add a little bit of ambience. It's not completely dry. And then with the reverb. And then lastly with the delay, which the effect is set to 13%. It's 87% signal, 13% effect. So not a ton of delay, but you can hear it. It's more like distant echoes, bro. does it sound with the stereo chorus? That's a good question. That is a good question. You know, a lot of times I do add a chorus, even subtly, just in there. Let's take a look here. Where is my chorus? There we go. There's some choruses. I generally like... Which one do I like? I think I like the CHR5, and I tend to put it in the front. It's way more subtle. So if I put it afterwards, you definitely hear it, I think, a little stronger, you know. That's the calm. That's a digital chorus. The dimension. It's too sloshy. Ensemble. Yeah. Again, a little too swishy. One's too... Listen to that. Listen to that nuts. Sending you out of tune on purpose. There's a classic. Another one, again, who's using that? Maybe in a clean sound. That's actually their simplest chorus. That might be the best one. Yeah, maybe that one. What's up, Quentin? Do-do-do-do-do-do. You guys talking Hungry Man dinner plates? TV dinners back in the 70s? God, I can only imagine what was in those. Or all the microwave crap in the 80s. Yeah, the Vola does have a trem. You know what? I tend not to use trims on guitars that don't have locking nuts. It's too much hassle. I mean, if it doesn't have a Floyd Rose, and like a third of my guitars have Floyd Roses, I generally don't use the trim. I kind of treat them like a hardtail. You kind of have to have a Floyd Rose or an Edge, a Floyd Rose licensed, because they're rock solid. Without it, it's just a big pain in the ass. I had a roller nut, actually, Bill. I had a roller nut one. It still wasn't it's not the perfection like a Floyd Rose gets, where, you pull it off the shelf 6 months later and it's still in tune. You're like, all right, that's pretty good. That's pretty good. Yeah. Yeah, the Fender 2-point can be good as long as you don't dive bomb, but that's my whole game. My whole trem game is the dive bombs from the 80s. I learned how to use a trem on a Kramer with a, The trem I had before that was on my Fender the Strat, and I broke the bar off inside the body. So I needed to get a big, thick Floyd Rose bar, like literally like double the diameter of the Fender bar. And floating and just stayed in tune. You could beat the piss out of it. It still stayed in tune. Thanks, good. Yeah, Salisbury steak. That's like, we have Hamburg, but we're out of rolls. I'm going to whip up a, packet of gravy I have here. And I have a sack of potatoes. I'll make us some mashed potatoes on the side. There's your Salisbury steak. I actually love it, That's that common, that's a pretty common, inexpensive meal. That and like American chop suey, What's up, Weymouth? I don't think I've ever had beef Wellington. That's in the pastry, right? They say it's amazing. Beef tenderloin, we do that every friggin' Christmas. That's awesome. But that's just straight up beef. That's not, that's not the... I think beef Wellington is something that, you have to know what you're doing or you'll ruin it. There's no... You either know it or you don't. I think the guitar looks green too. I think it looks olive, just like the Jivas. When I first saw the Jivas, I'm like, I love that green. And I was talking to Henning. We were at the NAMM show, and Henning was covering a booth, and the guy from Ibanez was shooting it, and we were going around with a mic, and we were talking up the Ibanez stuff. And we got to the Jiva, and I said, "Yeah, I love the green color." He's like, "It's not green." I'm like, "It's not green." He goes, "No." He goes, "I mentioned it to Nita, and she was like, 'What do you mean green?'" He's like, the green Jiva." She goes, "That is black." I was like, "Sorry." I just think Do you see Henning's video? His looks way more black. I think it just depends on the absorption, right, of the wood. This was a blem. Bobby was over yesterday, and we were searching high and low to find the blem, and I think we found it. It's right there. It's slightly lighter. It looks like it's wood, but it's not. That's actually part of the pick guard. Right there, it looks like I don't know. It almost looks like there's a film on the back of it, and the film's coming off, but that was the blem that we could find. Other than that, we went over it head to toe. And we're like, huh. And then we were like, oh, look, there's a white spot right there. Do you go out and get your coffee, Steve? No, it's way too expensive. Now, we make our own. We use the, and in fact, I get a little mental about that. I won't use a blade grinder. It's got to be a burr grinder. It's got to be like just right. But we get the beans from Costco. They used to have a bunch of different flavors, but they've been locked into this French roast for about a year now. God, hold on. And it's pretty good. I swear to God, it's the same as Starbucks, and it's like half the friggin' money. So why not? William says, I bought you Vola as a blem. Have you yet to find the blem? Yeah, I don't know what it is. I'm telling you, that's the thing. The only thing we could find was it is slightly discolored. Can you see it? It's right there. See it? See it? It's like it's a little light. That's the only thing we could find. Ron says, I bought blem guitars and couldn't find anything. Yeah, we'll talk about that in a second. Oh my God, Tony. You are amazing, dude. My Jackson RR3 Pro. Oh God, you have the Randy Rhoads 3. Look at you. Was being held hostage at the border for 2.5 weeks at customs fees. Because we're at the way chasing for 3 years, and it's killer. My best instrument at the moment. You should get one. Run, don't walk. Oh. Well. I will keep my eye on RR3 Pro though. That's a respectable neighborhood. So it's sort of interesting. We just mentioned. You get a blem and you can't find the blem. Sometimes they get like a return and they'll mark it up as a blem just to cover their ass, and it's not. It's just a return. Right. Not everybody, but there's some places that just do that. I bought a camera from Amazon, like used, and they called it in like good condition. And I swear to God, it was like, other than, the only thing it didn't have was the original box. Everything else was brand new and still covered in the plastic. It looked amazing. I mean, there's some scratch and dent stuff out there, don't get me wrong, but let me, yeah. So I went to, last Sunday, I went to Gitassen. Took a drive out. They had a Chapman Ghost Fred on the wall. Kind of nice. Wasn't very expensive. Thought that was kind of interesting. This guitar was actually really interesting. It was it is a Schecter. It had a really nice neck. I don't think it's a hardtail. But I really kind of like the neck on it. It was like $4.99. It was pretty reasonable. Yeah, see, there's your scratch and dent right there. I was like, huh? Take a header there, buddy. Yeah, that's gonna be a hard no from me, dog. These are interesting. Have you seen these? You know about these? Have you seen this? Player Series. Those are ebony fretboards. They make a yellow one too, so you could get the whole stoplight experience. If you were to get the yellow along with it, get the red, yellow, and the green. The red and the green, as you can see, are 3 single coils. The yellow is a single double. And I have to say, it looks quite sporting, especially with the with the ebony fretboard there. I think they look kind of nice. There's another shot of that. Yeah, I thought this was nice. This was it was on sale. It's a 60s Les Paul. I just thought the top was nice. It's the Unburst. That's a good looking guitar right there. That's the 50s next to it, but I don't like the 50s neck. It's a little too chunky for me. I like the 60s neck. And this was an interesting guitar. Epiphone. Like a tuxedo, right? Sort of like, I forget if that was black or if it was like really dark brown, but basically the front and the back don't match, right? It's like a black back or a dark brown back and like a cream or white top, kind of cream. And almost like these, like almost like Filtertrons, but they're not Filtertrons, but kind of, it was very, very stylized. I don't know if it was for me. I just found it interesting. That's all. I thought it actually looked pretty cool. It drew me to it. Oh, Fimps, you have one of those? Do you have one of those? It's an eye-catching guitar, without a doubt. Unless you're talking about the Strats. Is it a black back? Is that what it is? What's your most have you ever talked down the price on a guitar? I bought a Fender AVR, right? American Vintage reissue, AVRI. They wanted it was like $12.99. They had it down to $7.99. I paid $600 even, including tax and everything, and I walked out with the guitar for $600, $5.99 for the guitar, and $1 for the hard shell case. That's probably my best. I probably could have talked them down another $100 too. The Epi is black back, and it's the Epi and it has black back insides. All right. I'm just saying it catches your attention when you're in the store. I was like, oh, hello, hey, baby. Why choose sides? You want the black one? You want the white one? Yes, please. I just thought it looked good. I thought it was a bit of a looker. Paid $500 used, and I can tell you it was more than that. I want to say it might have been $6.99 or even $7.99. It was up there. That was not $500 guitar, that's for sure. Great tone. What preset is that? This is one I was sort of working on this week. It's a Marshall amp. It's a Marshall. Hold on, let me widen my view here so you can kind of see the signal. China. Oh yeah, and then can I bring it over here? Can I? Oh God. You just don't act like you're supposed to act. It pisses me off. All right, I'm going to put the phaser out of view because it's not on. So it's what we call irrelevant. But there's the chorus was just added tonight. That's what it sounded like earlier. And now So can we zoom in? As you can see, we got that drive up, and we got the volume up, and I have to bring the level down. A level down now. You know, they say level up, level down. All right, now how do I get this back over to here? It's a big pain in the ass. There we go. There we go. I think that does have stainless frets. The green air, I think you're right. I think it does. Yeah, that sounds correct. Do you have any interest in buying the replica Greenie? Not really. You know, that was not, Peter Green wasn't really. I feel like it's more of a British thing. You know, no, not really. Then again, I'm not really into signature guitars all that much either. You know what I almost bought just as a lark, because I could have got it off of like AliExpress, is the but then you know, you talk yourself out of it because you're like, no, it's a waste of money. What are you doing? But like the Prince sort of like, you know, cymbal guitar. You know, you can get one in like purple or gold. You can have AliExpress make it for about $300. But then I said, yeah, the joke's over in about 10 minutes. And then you're out $300. I'm like, you know. But I just, yeah, you know, the Greenie guitar just wasn't really in my childhood. You know, just wasn't in my wheelhouse. You know, it's like when I followed Gary Moore, he was a Strat player. You know, he was kind of a metal guy, right? Shapes of Things to Come, the cover on that, whatever that album was the album called Shapes of Things to Come, right? I forget now, but I want to say it was around 85, something like that. And then he became a blues player, it felt, and kind of switched to Les Pauls. But I'm older. I remember Gary Moore playing like either a Strat or a Super Strat, right? Steve, sell your presets to us. I'll tell you, they're free. I do have a pack down in the comments. I mean, the description of most of my videos. You'll find it. You want the what's the one he wants, guys? November. What is it? Is it November 2022? What's it called? Is it called November 2022? Or is it March 2023? I forget now. Let's take a look here. March 2023. It's called March 23 or MAR 23. That's the one. That's the latest one. This patch wouldn't be in it. This is a newly hatched patch. It's a patch hatch. Used to use Hamer as well, really. You know, a lot of guys used Hamer in the early 80s, you know, besides Rick Nielsen. I guess Hammett doesn't expire you to buy a Greenie. Nah, not really. I'm not in the Hammett camp. Yeah, Eddie's got it right. SFB March 23. That's it. These patches are the only ones I use on THU. I'm a tinkerer patch. It's only I'm the same way, dude. You know, I've only really got into patch creation relatively recently. Almost, I would say that like about 70% of those patches started as a stock patch and I just tweaked it, you know. Almost none of them are just plain stock patches because I'd always find something that annoyed me about it. But I could see what I liked about it. Maybe dual heavy rig, but even dual heavy rig, I feel like I tweaked that a little bit. It's not quite the same as the original dual heavy rig. But some of them are from scratch. Only about 30% of those are from scratch. The rest of them, I kind of curate from the, you know, the 100 billion patches that are in THU and just try and throw all my favorite ones together. I mean, just to compare to this patch here, which, so just listen to how the mids on this versus when I get to the next, I'll get to scooped in a second. Right? It'll be bassier, but this is my normal. That's my normal. Or the Silver Jubilee. A little more mids. And then dual heavy rig. Again, very scooped. And then behave lead, which is the closest to that other patch. Because it's also based on a Marshall. Right. But I've been using how much louder the Super Cab one is too. Just in sheer volume. So randomly those rig libraries and such, are those just using all the tools available in premium and dialed in patches? No. They can't use the word profile because I think Kemper owns it, but basically rigs are profiles. Rigs. I'm not using a profile right now. I'm using modeling, but they're not modeling. They're profiling, which is a different technique, very much like how they capture IRs, right? They run like a pitch changing sine wave through it, all right? The sine, so it's like whoop, right? It sounds like a car alarm going off, and it's basically playing a sine wave, a pure sine wave, at different frequencies, and then listening, and it knows what it's sent, and then it hears it back, and it says, well, the difference must be the amp in the cab, right? That's how profiling works. And they just do that. They've been doing it for IRs and reverbs now, right? For cabs and reverbs for a while, using convolution. But it's made its way to just straight up amps. Wait till we get to AI. And eventually AI will like learn every amp recording ever. You could say like, make my amp sound like Hendrix, make my amp sound like this. Like the tweaking will be just like friggin' spot on. But it'll probably take 20 years. I just downloaded the new bank. I only had the old one. Thanks. Oh, yeah. No, it's free. You should be able to You should never listen. If anyone ever tries to charge you for that, that's a huge no. Now it should be free, so you should be able to click on it and just download it all the time. You worry when you put free stuff out because people try to sell it. People throw it up and try and get like $10 for it or some shit. You know. Yeah, exactly. Make my guitar sound like the Boston organ. Yeah, that might not be that far off. All right, well, you could substitute another instrument. Yeah. It got humid out again. I'm running the friggin' dehumidifier down here again. I had it off for like a day. Because it actually dried out a little bit around here. For my Boston friends, you know, it actually dried out here yesterday a little bit. But not for long. But like, don't get comfortable. Here comes by tomorrow it's going to feel like you stepped into somebody's mouth when you walk outside. Long Island's getting some wind. It's kind of nice. You know, speaking of wind, God, did you see the absolute horror that is in Hawaii going on? So they've got a high pressure bubble to the north that spins clockwise. They've got a low pressure hurricane going on to the south of them. So they're not getting hit with the hurricane, but they are getting the winds. And in between, you got one thing going like this, you know, and another thing going like this, and they're going like together, and they're just in between those two cells. It's just whipping the winds, and it's ripping across the island. And the thing about fire is, at its heart, it's rapid oxidation. That's what a fire is, right? That's what combustion is. It's rapid oxidation. Take away the oxygen, and the fire goes out instantly. So when you feed a fire, because I'm like, how dry could it possibly be? But apparently it was pretty dry, but it's when you oxygenate a fire like that, it is just, there's like, you raise the temperature so freaking high. You know, a fire that's going to burn at 1,000 degrees is now at 1,500, 1,800 degrees. You know, it starts bursting things into flames. It wouldn't burst into flames. Oh my God, what a nightmare. What a friggin' nightmare. It has just been, my heart has been breaking looking at all this stuff, you know. And, you know, I even said to my wife, how do you even get a fire in Hawaii? It seems like it's a pretty moist place, right? I mean, sure, the volcanoes, and a volcano erupting and lava, sure, I get that. But just the sheer, just like fire, it felt like that it would be impossible in Hawaii, which seems like a very moist and humid place. But no, they're in trouble. They're in big trouble. It's heartbreaking, just heartbreaking. Yeah, fires all over the world. It's funny because we've had, and I don't really remember this. I remember we've had wildfires at different places. I remember one year they had wildfires in Siberia, and it traveled like all the way around, and it made our skies like yellow here in Boston, which seems pretty far away. But we've had a lot of Canadian wildfires going this year. That is really, for a couple of days there in the spring, it made New York look like like downtown, friggin' Calcutta, in the middle of the day with all the haze, just so hazy. Steve, YouTuber, female, Nikki, 2 days ago, she was evacuated from a home in Hawaii. Wow, yeah. I don't really have friends from Hawaii, but I used to have a few followers from Hawaii, and it is just scary, scary stuff. I wonder if their owner's insurance covers natural disaster. See, that's the other thing, too. Insurance companies make it so that there ever is a real big disaster, somehow that's not covered by your policy. Well, we don't want to cover your house if it burns to the ground. Yeah, well, that's the whole point of the insurance. No. They're going to get out of. There's going to be some, what they call it. They cloud it in a. I think it's French. They just call it force majeure. Oh, it's just force majeure. It's just nature. Oh, not covered. It's like, then what the hell is covered? Well, not that. Who's played on a Boss Katana? I have a Katana. I have the 100. I really like it. I love it at like that. Is it like a 1/10 of a watt? That like bedroom mode works great. I don't think I ever run it in 100 watts. I either run it in the, what is it? It's like a 1/10 of a watt, and then like, is it 50 watts or 20 watts? It's got like 3 settings. I always run it in the lowest one because it makes the volume not so sensitive. I think it's a great sounding amp. I love the Boss Katana. Thinking about getting one. I've had. I like mine. I can only speak for myself, but generally you'll find that most Katana owners have been pretty happy with their purchase. You like the Catalyst over the Katana? Now, is the Catalyst another Boss product, or is that a Line 6 product? I always forget now, because Boss has like 3 or 4 different friggin' amp lines. Well, the Katana's Boss, but Line 6 is the Catalyst, right? Yeah, the Catalyst is Line 6. I had a Line 6 for a short period of time. I wound up returning it because what happened was I bought it. It was that red-faced one. Remember that one? A long time ago. And the amp was probably from like 2006, 2005. Really old. And I think I got it in like 2009 or 2010. And I get it home. It's like whatever. And but after a while, it kind of wears off. And then I went back in the store, and they had a PV Viper. And going through the PV Viper, I was like, oh my God, this sounds like infinitely better. This bigger amp, moved more, air. It had 212 speakers instead of 112. It was just everything. I could put the power soak on, that what do they call that? The power sponge or some whatever. And it would you make a, again, it's just a wattage reducer. It just makes the volume not so touchy. I really like that amp. So I wound up returning the Line 6 and getting the Viper. I used the Viper for years. And then PV sent me the Viper 100 Pro, which was really friggin' nice. I still have that. That's right there. In fact, you can see the knobs right there. The other PV speaker was with me. We gave it to a friend who appears to have turned it into some sort of coffee table. I don't think he's using that amp. Whatever. Yeah, no, the Viper tube is the way to go. I didn't have that one. I should have. They had that one there that day, but it was a 112. I should have got that Viper tube. And instead I went with the 212, the 100, right? Because I was like, it was cheaper too, because it wasn't tube. They were both used. They got them in used. I should have got that tube one. I was like, why? You have to deal with tubes. Why don't I? I've heard everyone has said the same thing. It just sounded better. It had a nice tube amp, and it wasn't as harsh as the solid state amps, those MOSFET amps in the 100, and like what the, or maybe mine was the 120, or was the tube one 120? You know, no, I think mine was the 100, and the tube was either the 60 or the 120. That sounds right. Probably two 60-watt amps next to in stereo. Miss our friend. Yeah, we have to go see him. Well, I found this, I got I got this like easy keys going. It's pretty good. So it's got like this like little piano, and you can set it to like a it has a bunch of pre-made MIDIs, but it only has one instrument. It's only got a piano, but anyway, you get the gist. Hold on, I gotta move this, and then I've gotta move this. Where are you? Right there. It's not a YouTube jam track. It's a it's called Easy Keys. It's by TuneTrack. I just never loaded it on this machine, and it just comes with a bunch of it's actually just a MIDI roll, and it just plays it back. You can get like all kinds of expansions. You can add like electric piano and upright piano and boogie woogie and all that crap, but I just have like the basic stuff, which is I think it's just pop and blues. What's the neck profile like on these? So they have two neck profiles. This is the 2021. The other one is the 22 235. 235. 235. 235. 235. 235. 235. 235. 235. 235. 235. 235. 235. 235. 235. 235. 235. 235. 235. 235. 235. 235. 235. 235. 235. 235. 235. 235. 235. 235. 235. 235. 235. 235. 235. 235. 235. 235. 235. 235. 235. 235. 235. 235. 235. 235. 235. 235. 235. 235. 235. 235. 235. 235. 235. 235. 235. 235. 235. 235. 235. 235. 235. 235. 235. 235. 235. 235. 235. 235. 235. 235. 235. 235. 235. 235. 235. 235. 235. 235. 235. 235. 235. 235. 235. 235. 235. 235. 235. 235. 235. 235. 235. 235. 235. They don't call it that. That's what I call it. The 2021 is easy to remember because it's 20 millimeters at the first fret and 21 millimeters at the 12th fret. The 22-235 is 22 millimeters at the first fret and 23.5 millimeters at the 12th fret. Now, they don't call them that. I call them that because it's easy to remember. And it tells me exactly what they are. It's you're either the 2021 or you're the 22-235. They call it the modern C, that's the 2021, or they call it the classic C, that's your 23.5. Radius, I believe, is 12. 12. Is it a clear pick guard on it? It is. I mean, why cover the wood? How much wood could a pick guard cover if a pick guard could cover wood? something like that. How does the neck compare to an IBI? This is probably the closest to the AZ series, but I feel like this is even a touch smaller. I feel like the AZ series is closer to their classic. The AZ series is not a tiny neck. It's a little bit rounder. That's the closest, but these aren't made. These aren't made in the same factory as Ibanez. Ibanez is made in a different factory. These are made in the same factory. Vola would never tell you this, but I'll tell you. They're made in the same factory as Jackson, which doesn't sell, I think, a single guitar for less than $2,000. EVH, I think the cheapest EVH MIJ is $2,700. Or Fender, who actually you can get a Fender for $1,200, but you can get a basic Vola, for $839. So, and they're literally made in the same production line. Literally, you literally buy time on the line. This is their most expensive guitar. This is $13.99 with a hard shell case. With the roasted and the mahogany and the roasted maple and the locking and all the stuff. But that's their most expensive. Everything else is less than this. I'd say their average price is about, $10.99 now? Most of their stuff is around $10.99. And then they've got some stuff as low as $8.39. Well, we can go take a look. We'll call it, oh yeah, here we go. What are we doing? I'm going to take a quick look. Right there. Yeah. So you can get $8.39. I want the Cobra Blue. And then I'm going to have I got to have the Homer Simpson. Cobras! Night terrors, ma'am. Cobras! And these come in a soft case. And what else do they got? That's the TNC right there. That comes with a hard shell case, though. Okay, right there. A hard shell. It's like wicked hard. I wanted the blue. I said, how about a blue? They're like, out of stock. I go, all right. I'll go with the Tiger Eye. And he goes, all right. And then he goes, hey, I sold out of the Tiger Eye. I'm sending you a tribal black. I'm like, tribal black? I didn't even want a tribal black. He's like, too bad. That's what you're getting. Oh, and by the way, it's a blem. I'm like, you son of a bitch. All right, I'll take it. Jesus, no respect. Just sent Daryl Braun, huh? Just saying. Yeah, these were over $2,000. You'll find most MIJ guitars other than Fender branded are over $2,000. You know, I don't think Jackson has anything under $2,000. I don't think EVH. You know, the only brand that's doing stuff between even like $1,200 and $1,800 is Fender branded. You know. Oh, that joint's awesome. It folds down a little bit, and where is it? Right there. Carves back a little bit too. No. Jazz. I think it actually be better with the wood that's on the back, like in the library. Smoking around. Yeah, it. I think they. Yeah, it's weight relieved too. So this guitar is 6.5 pounds. I got a cat bumping my leg. Yeah, they make a bunch of different. I have one of these too. That's actually a killer guitar too. Same neck shape as this one. It's that same, right there, the 2021. The modern. See, it's modern. And we were talking about maybe sending me one of these because, you know, not everybody likes the reverse headstock. You know, some people just want to. That's a regular old headstock. I don't know. I have to say the reverse headstock's been kind of growing on me, but I know. At some point, you feel like, you know, can we just get a more traditional looking, you know, headstock than the reverse? I also kind of like this one. It's got coil split. I think is it series parallel and split on the 3-way switch there in between the knobs, and then the always on button. I think for I forget if it's either the neck or the bridge. It's usually one of the other pickups at the end, so you can get the, you know, the split, and you can get the all 3 pickups on at the same time. You'd never do an always on with the middle pickup, is what I'm saying. That would be a waste. But they got a few different ones, you know. See, too many strings. Too many strings. You lose me once you get past 6 strings. I'm out. I can't do the 7 strings. The necks are like baseball. This is an interesting guitar. The guy that you notice that they show a lefty for the primary one. This is a Argentinian guy. Makau, was it a Reichenbach? He's got, first of all, he's an amazing player. He's a lefty. But I've been seeing these go out with almost like a P90 up in the neck. Kind of a cool design. And what else? I don't think they're doing the Blaze. Yeah, no more Blaze. They're still doing the Luna. Yep, still doing the Luna. That's got a very small shred neck too. Is that even smaller? Is that the 2021? 12-inch radius. Yeah, same thing, the 2021. But they're not roasted. The Aries, oh, these are gorgeous. You remember these? I did a video on a couple of these. I might have had one of these. I think I had the right with no fret inlays. I should browbeat him into sending me one of these. Don't get cheap on me, bro. Come on. That is a good looking guitar right there, huh? I do kind of like the look of that. And then, yeah, I had one of these here. In fact, I had this exact one. Like literally that exact guitar, because those tops are so distinctive. I remember the markings. That is literally the one I had here. Probably like their demo that they were sending around. I think a few people had this exact model on their videos. That was a cool one too. I like the open pore. I kind of like the open pore burl. It was so distinctive. I had never really, See, there's a different one. Not quite the same. You want it more like that. You want a little crazier. And I think that's it. 7 strings. Oh yeah, Vasti. This is their kind of telly style. Yeah. They're single cut. Yeah. Right. They got but one's a reverse headstock, but that's a 7 string and it's a signature model. All right, there's a 6 string, but again, it's another signature model. Looks like the tellies are just regular headstocks for the standard, MCVC, MCCC, right? So MC modern cut, and CC is the classic cut. Yeah, CC. Right there. But you know what? I'm not a fan, and I know what they're going for. I don't like the compensated saddles. I was just talking about this with Bobby. Like my telly has individual saddles. I'm not a fan of compensated barrel saddles. That is what they use. That is the correct way. I just don't like it. Okay, put me down as a no on that, dog. I like individual saddles. It's just me. But that is the way they do it. Because I had a dude reach out to me and said, hey, I'm looking at your video of this rosewood neck telly that you're doing, but you have like individual saddles, and the one I'm looking at has brass saddles, like brass barrels. What gives? I'm like, you're looking at a 2017. In 2016, it came with custom shop, twisted telly pickups, and individual saddles. In 2017, they went to VMod 2s, I think, or VMod 2s, I think, for the pickups and the compensated brass barrels. Other than that, I think they're the same guitar. They should send you the blue Aries with the quilt top. All right, now I have to see that one. I'll take your word for it. Ooh. Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. You're swimming in there. Look at that thing. Hey, baby. Nice. Sure. But you know what? I already have a quilt top blue guitar. But I already have a quilt top blue. From Vola, my Blaze. In fact, it looks strikingly similar. Except I have the, what do I have? I have the flame pickups in that, right? They look like flame maple. I have the flame maple pickups. No, I might go, I think I'm going red. I'm going red with the red flame. It's got all the flames. I'd call it Flamey McFlameface. No, that's what we're calling Shane's new Kiesel. Vola by Ola. I know, I wish I never sent that one back. There's a couple I wish I kept. Stoner Shark, I replaced the volume knob because it was making me insane. It was so slow. These volume knobs are great. These push pulls, these are fantastic. I have no complaints with these, but these are also push pull, so it's obviously a different maker. They're a normal maker. They have these high quality, and some people say I want a volume or tone knob like that because I don't want to accidentally hit it, but I can't stand that. I want my volume knob to be like almost low or no friction. And they were not that. They were relatively high friction knobs, which, again, some people like it, but I do not. So I ripped out the volume knob. I don't even care about the tone. Those you can leave. But I ripped the volume knob out in the Stoner Shark, in the blue one, and in the black one. And I'll probably do it to the quilt top Blaze too. This is the only one that I haven't. This one and the red flame Blaze that I have, those two, no problems at all. Volume knob is great, no problems at all. But it's like I'm always doing, volume swells, and it's just, and I'm always moving a little higher. I never got that about Jeff Beck when I was younger. I'm like, he has like this, almost like an obsession, like a compulsion to touch the friggin' volume knob. Boy, was I wrong. No, he was working that knob like a master. And I was like, and you listen back to just his dynamics, and I'm just like, oh yeah, why don't you pay a little closer attention there, dummy? Yeah. There's a lot going on there, and it really does make a huge difference. So I'm way into using the volume knob now. Just clean it up. Not only that, but I would say that you could really tell the difference between the pro players and sort of the amateur players when we did that 1,000-man jam. The pro players, not only between songs, but even sometimes between riffs, would turn the volume off on their guitar so they don't have any extraneous noise. And right back on again for the rest of the riff, and then right back off again. Right? Because you don't want any extraneous noise. We finished the first song, right? And everybody's amp is so loud, and you heard like, you're like somebody somewhere. Sorry, it's like, turn that volume knob down, damn it. In fact, I did a cover one time in between. I think I did, what did I do? I did War Pigs. And, right off with the volume knob. On and off, instantly. And dude was like, why do you turn it off between every one? I said, because I don't want any extraneous noises. I can control that. Only I turn the guitar up when you need it. I've always turned my volume down between riffs. I thought everyone did that. Yeah, they don't. And in fact, they don't even turn down between songs. You know, yeah. You know, there's some dude back there, and their amp is cranked like. You all right back there? That's why I like my volume knob so close. I cringe when I see people rip the volume knob out, right? And they move it right. If they have 3 slots, instead of having a volume tone, they open the first slot up and make it open. Then you just have a volume tone, right? That's a pretty common mod on Strats. Yeah, I don't like that. I just turned around all the way down right there. So when I take my hands off, you don't hear the nonsense that's going on. That's where a volume pedal comes in handy. I agree. And that's the way it sort of used to be done. But you know what? I'm not good with volume pedals. I forget if I have it on or off, and I'm sitting there going, what the? I'm not getting any sound. And I'm like freaking out. Why? Oh wait, my volume pedal's down. Like, the volume pedals taunt me. All right. I do like this tone. Do-do. Tone knob also affects the volume on Telecasters. Yeah, sometimes there is a... Let me get my wah-wah. well. What's up, James? Wow. I actually changed the strings on this. I'm glad they're broken in, because yesterday they were all over the place as I was breaking in a brand new set of 9s. You know, I was like, oh, you're going to be in trouble here. I shot the video, and then I was like, oh, I got to put new strings on this thing. And I did. I put a new set of Ernie balls on it. And, but boy, they take like friggin' forever to break in. What's up, Ron? What tone am I using? What delay am I using? I'm using this sort of like the standard one. Let me see if I can get it on. It looks fairly nondescript. Move it over here. Get this out of here. That's just taking up needless space. There we go. And there you go. Just don't call it a boss. Can you copyright the look and shape of something? Apparently not. It's not a boss, it's a Bose. It's a Bose. No, wait, that's also taken. The secret sauce is that I have the stereo so high. I actually have the effect almost off. All right. I got the time around, 500 milli. Repeats around 25%. Stereo's at 370 milliseconds. And I'm at 13.6%. There are your delay settings. Exactly. It's a bosse, but that means lump. Yeah, it's just close. I ask you, ladies and gentlemen of the jury, does that really remind you of the Boss pedals? Really? Okay, all right. I take that. I take that back. Let's. New question. Now I ask you, does that really look like an MXR Phase 90? Wait, I implore you. Does that really look like a Marshall? Come on. Do you think DOD? Yeah, you could be right. DOD, yeah. Yeah, you're right. DOD. You're right. See, the orange is what threw me off. You're right. The rounded corners, though. That's way more DOD than MXR, without a doubt. Yeah. Good call. See, I never bought DOD. I was MXR, because my local dealer didn't sell it. They sold Boss and they sold MXR. So that's all I really owned. Yeah, it's the Dean here. Looks like a Behringer. See, I don't know enough of the old pedals. We were very sheltered. We didn't have a ton of different models out there. They were really primarily Boss and MXR with the two, and Ibanez actually, Ibanez, Boss and MXR. But we sold so much Boss, so that was the brand. You're always trying to uptalk somebody out of whatever other brand they were looking at to Boss. You could get that, if you want to be the worst guitar player on the block, but that's up to you. Oh my God, Arlen. We had Arlen pedals for a hot minute, but we had so many returns. We had problems with it. And I remember we had an Arlen tuner. And my boss could not get that goddamn battery compartment open. And he came to me, he's like, you think you can get this battery? I took it over to the bench, I got a screwdriver, I got it open, and there you go. It's like, could not. It was crazy. That battery compartment was latched so friggin' tight. You sued boss? I want to see you used boss. You sued boss MXR and Ibanez stomps? Damn. How much did you recover? Thank you, Rich. Hold on. Thank you. You gotta pull that on single coil. Maybe in the... Probably, yeah. Right? If I'm in D, then it's B. Because sometimes when you play with it, you're in C sharp, and you're... Then it's like, Tobacco Road? Yeah, I'm in single coil. I think it's in D, right? I think it's picking up my computer. That's the difference between humbucker and single coil. Well, it's the computer. The computer gives off. It's got a bunch of LEDs in it. It's got a bunch of stuff running. It's like the computer really does put out a ton of EMFs. Trailer update. I haven't been able to do much. My daughter's been taking my car every day to work. And I was going to do work on it today. But I got up and the car was gone. I was like, where the hell's the car? And my wife was like, oh, she took it to the beach for the day. I'm like, what? And she's like, yeah, and I'm heading up to my dad's. I'll be home at like 7. I don't even think that she's back yet. Maybe. It's like crazy. I do need the car to work on the trailer because I have to take the trailer to Home Depot and finally get the wood. We're at the wood stage. It's time to just go buy the wood and and install it. And I need to do that to I need to use the trailer to get the wood. You can use your truck if you need. Yeah, you know, it's like I was hoping not to have to call on somebody else to go get this friggin' wood. You know, so it's just been a pain in the ass. And the other thing is I have to paint it in the backyard and let it dry for a little bit. It's like they're talking thunderstorms tomorrow, and I think thunderstorms again on Tuesday, right? I mean, it's like we can't break out of this friggin' pattern. So could I get 7 days without rain? We haven't had it in like 14 weeks. I know the maiden voyage does call for video, doesn't it? Actually, that Mercedes G-Wagon didn't last. That was not mine. That was my dad's, and he returned it. It had a problem. They took it back. They didn't want any problems. And but it had basically a couple of problems. One problem was fully. They wanted to take it back because one of the problems was covered under warranty, and I don't think they wanted to eat that cost. But one of the things wasn't under warranty, and my dad didn't want to eat the cost. And they were like, we'll just take it and dump the car down at the auction. And my dad just returned it. I don't think what did he get? I think he got a, what did he get? He might have got a Pacifica. Chrysler Pacifica. He wanted something with a cab. I like your trailer updates. The part of me doesn't want it ever finished. Exactly. I don't have a paint booth in my garage. My garage is filled with crap. I got way too much stuff in my freaking garage. I feel like this is just... Oh, there it is. There we go. That's a little better. I'll tell you what car's been pretty reliable is my wife's Caddy. You know, that car was relatively cheap, $20,000. And, you know, it only had 18,000 miles on it. And it's been reliable. And she's put she's probably put 40 or 50,000 miles on it. Yeah, what does she have? She has the ATS. Yeah, 2016 ATS. In fact, she still had a full factory warranty. Not just warranty, but it came with like bumper to bumper service. Like still left on the car, not the person. It's like on the car. So for like the first like 9 months, like, you know, oil changes were free. And anything wrong with the car was completely covered. And then she had she got the CarMax, like max policy. It was like $2,000. But she's had to use it a couple of times, and both times it really saved her. It's definitely paid for itself. Because she had like the problem is that the parts for the stupid thing are ridiculously expensive. So it was like she needed Check engine light came on, and it's what I would call the valve body, but it's not. That's like the electronic valve body. It's it's the vacuum thing that would tell your from the engine, it would tell your transmission to switch gears, but it's electronic valve body, and it was gone. And apparently, when they take it out, something else gets sort of broken in the process, so you have to replace both parts. And that would have been like a couple of grand, but it was like a $50 deductible. And we went right to the dealer. And she had one other thing too that wasn't covered. And she got the tire warranty through AAA. We were going through the AAA, and they're like, you could get like a full tire warranty for this. We were like, okay. And we signed up, and she went to go use it, and they were like, oh, your warranty like doesn't cover those type of tires. And we were like, yeah, we don't want to hear it. And they're like, no, you're right. And they covered it. That totally paid for that service and that very first use, because the tires on that car are ridiculously expensive. I mean, just stupid expensive. A set of tires on that car is like $1,500. Yeah, and 300,000 in your CRV, that's pretty damn good. Hey, what's up, Michael? Good to see you, man. Is that your Peter Frampton? No. It's my, who am I thinking of? Oh, God, I can't think of his name. A good one, Mark. Moved back to Mass after 31 years in Florida. Oh, I hate to break it to you, but they're predicting a rather cold and snowy winter. Prepare yourself. Yeah, Williams got it right. George Benson, right? Was it? I forget it now. Something like that. Just get car shield. Yeah. Just get car shield, and then you can fight with car shield. You know why they say if your engine or your transmission goes? Because that's all they cover. Yeah, but what about this that went? No, we cover the engine and the transmission. Yeah, but those two parts like never go. Yeah, well, you know, we're playing the percentages on that one. Thanks, Richard. Yeah, all you're gonna do is get in a big fight with car shield. Alternators, yeah. Because once the voltage starts going, it's a cascading effect. Yeah, it's my money and I want it now. Sure. We're going to pay you 12% of what you're owed. Hello, Dwight. Buy some tools, fix it yourself. You can do a lot of stuff yourself, but some stuff you just can't. You know? I got a drum program too, but I don't know. What does it have for drums? Actually, I should just pull it. Actually, not there. What a pain in the ass. There you are. So what's this? Gotta hear it. Well, get something better. No. It's the Georgia satellites. Could it be any busier? Yeah. Hey. not quite that. Well, again, so busy. They're saying this is supposed to be set at 165. That's fast. Where's that tempo? Bring that to 120. One of those in. Drums. It's not the Donna mixing board. That's Easy Drummer. Again, I just installed these. I do like that keyboard one though. This one. Anyway, something like that. Go to that dominant 7. To a minor. It is royalty-free piano. Da-da-doo. I do like that tone. 10-minute warning. All right, I got a new guitar coming out this week. Any guesses? Hold on. Let me give you. Just don't just jump. I'm gonna give it anything at all. Anything? Anybody? Bueller? Oh God. Look for that. Seeing a lot of guesses out there. Let me take a quick look. Oh. Mm. Oh. 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 Mm. Anyway. Yeah. Oh, damn. Black, red, or white. You'll have to stay tuned for the video. I can tell you this much. I'm rating the bag like a 2 out of 10. You're already in the hole. That might be the world's saddest bag right there. I was thinking that's a sad sag. It is, man. It is. It's like, you know, could you do a soft case? You know, like even Vola, it's at least got it's at least like a case. It's like a shell. You know, there's some walls to it. That thing. I mean, I've got some cheapo Fender bags that I think are better than that. It almost like feels like it's an acoustic bag. It's so loose on it. I'm like, it is the bag is right now what we're calling the bag of disappointment. Oh, it's not weight relieved. And it's basswood too, which I was shocked. It feels like it's friggin' North American friggin', you know, ash. But it's not. They say, according to the specs, it's basswood, but I think everything on the friggin' page is basswood, but it's kind of heavy. It is. It's the bag of tears. Exactly. It's the bag of tears. Pre-moistened. Oh, it really is, though. It's like, and I wish I could say that was a cheap guitar, but it is not. $1,800. I don't think they're that bad. That's a good question. What do those go for? I'll tell you in a second. They're kind of pumping them. Where is it? Where would that be? Oh yeah, it's right there under featured. 1,700. $1,700. And for $1,700, you get a bag, sir. You will get a bag, and you will like it. $16.99.99. Yeah. Yeah, basswood body. I'll throw it on the scale. I haven't weighed it yet, but I'm thinking it's like closer to 8 pounds. This is 6.5 pounds, this guitar. You know, it's like so light. You get used to these light guitars. You're like, huh. Out of here, Rock. It sounded great tonight. Thank you, David. Very much appreciated. Trying out a new patch. I thought it sounded pretty good. Might have a bag of tears, but you still rock. Oh, thanks, SFB. It is not a bumblebee, but for that price, you're gonna get stung. Ba-dum-bumps. It is not a Frankie relic, but you're on the right track. What do they officially call it? Oh, maybe that is. You might be right. Maybe they do. Maybe it is a Frankie relic. Maybe that is the official name. Yeah. Yeah. When you see the video, all questions will be answered, all fears will be allayed. Yeah, lay down your bets. Is it the black? Is it the white? Is it the red? Ron's going black. Coots is going red. Max is going white. Ben says it's the black and white. Tactical says red. Well, you guys are right. That is the correct colors, right? I think is it offered? I think it's only in white. Is it offered in black? I thought it was only white or red. Do they do a black? I don't think they do. It's either white or it's the red. You get a 50-50 shot. Yeah, and black, is it not? Oh my God, you're right, and black. And black, you're right. You're right, it is black. You know what it is? The black patch on the black background made it blend. I literally couldn't see it, you're right. 3 colors. Black, red, white. You going with a Glary and an EVH bag? I've never worked with Glary before, but I've worked with Donner. All right, dudes. We've said it all. We've done it all. Everything that needed to be said was said. Everything that needed to be played was played. We are finished. And we will do it all again, though, in nearly 7 days. So, have a wonderful week. Keep your eye out for the black, white, and or red guitar that I will be posting this week. And we'll talk about the world's saddest bag. It's a sad bag. You heard of a grab bag? It's a sad bag. And we'll do it all again in a week. And there you have it. Am I going to do a you up? Probably not. I was up pretty... I mean, we'll see. I don't know. I'm already pretty tired. At this point, I'm going to say no. I'll have to look and see when's the last time I did one. I try to do one like once a month or so. Once every 6 weeks or so, you know. So, no promises. And by that I mean it's a hard no. All right. No, you rock. All right. I will see you guys at the very least in a week. Keep your eye out for videos this week. And there you have it. I will, I'll see you all again in a week. So, you know, thanks for everybody for hanging out. Super extra special thanks to anyone who contributed, especially Tony. You're a god amongst men. And of course, a bro fist to my mod squad. Hashtag brofist, hashtag mod squad. And we will do it, we'll do it all again in a week. No, you hang up. All right. Have a wonderful week. And we'll do it all again next week. And there you go. Oh, and if I didn't mention it, if you are going to get a Vola, try my code, the SFB5. I don't know if it'll work, but if it does work, it's an extra 5%. And an extra 5% is an extra 5%. So why not? Just give it a try. Doesn't hurt. If you're going to buy it anyway, just try the code. See if you can get an extra 5%. There you go. All right. Have a wonderful week. I'll see you guys in a week. And rock on. Later.